And welcome to the season of lights. I am so grateful about this time. This is my favorite time of year, but it didn't always be my favorite time of year. It's a time where a lot of people experience a lot of myriad of experiences and myriad of emotions. Some people are in this very, very high, and some people are in low depression. I was one of the people that really suffered a little bit of depression around Christmas time, but then something changed, especially when I got to Agape. But when I was a kid, I remember this is part of the story I used to tell myself why I didn't like Christmas. I never got the toys that I wanted when I was a kid. I never got the toys that I wanted. Everybody got those bikes, and I wanted the bike. Remember the Huffy bike? Anybody remember a Huffy bike? It's with the big wheels. It's for guys. It's the Huffy bike. And what I got for the bike was a girl's bike. There was a difference back in the day. There was a boy's bike and a girl's bike, the way it was shaped. And when the bike showed up and it was pink, you knew. But it was what my family could afford at the time. So, yeah, I rolled with it. Okay, I'm going to. So, one year, I remember this, and I was thinking about this morning when I was writing this talk. One year, my brother and we were spying. And my mother and my father caught us spying, and they told us, if you don't go to bed, Santa Claus is not coming, there will be no gifts. And we just wouldn't go to bed. Finally, we went to bed, and we woke up the next morning, and we ran out because we knew we were getting bikes. It was like, this is the year we get the bikes we wanted. This is da-da-da. We ran out under the tree. Guess what? No bikes. I know. We were so disappointed. I think we even cried a little bit that, we didn't get the bikes. And so we're like, and we didn't want to say because we had been sneaking around looking and we found the bikes, but we didn't want our parents to know that we had found the bikes because we didn't want to get in trouble. My mother let us go the whole entire day. It wasn't until after dinner, and we went over to my cousin's house, and we're going to your cousin's house so that we can open our presents over there. And we walked through the door, and guess what's standing right there? And my mother said, "This is to teach you to spy at Christmas Eve." We learned our lesson. But I even took that energy into when I was older. I was with partners. They would ask me, "Well, honey, what do you want for Christmas?" And I would go, "Oh, I just want to be with you. Whatever you get me is fine," which was not the truth. I never had the honesty to say, this is what I want. And come Christmas Day, because I was not in a relationship with the mind reader, I never got the gift that I wanted. And I would be disappointed. So part of this is a story that we tell around the season. See, we can recall all the negative things that we experience around the season, and we can program our present with the past. It wasn't until I got to Agape I started to really begin to understand what the season of light really meant. See, the season of lights, or the light consciousness, is not about getting gifts. It's about understanding you are the present for the presence. You are the gift that is supposed to be giving. It's not about getting anything, it's about giving. What am I willing to give in this holiday season? See, all the things that we get to kind of talk about what we don't have, those are Gucci problems, I like to call them. Because most of us have more than most people in this world will see in a lifetime. And until that we can see that, will we ever make a difference upon this planet? See, we are called to be the light in a world that feels a little bit dark and feels a little bit low energy right now. So the season of lights actually comes from the festival of lights, comes from our Hanukkah brothers and our Jewish brothers and sisters celebrating. But here's the reason why we celebrate this season of light, so that we can remember that we are the light and we're here to shine it bright. That there is something new that it's awakening within us. There is an energy of oil, the Holy Spirit that lives within us that can never, ever, ever be put out. We're here to remember that we are here to rise up as a people. That's why we come together. That's why I hope all of y'all will be here Christmas Eve to celebrate with us. And we get to come together as a community. Tonight I want us to unpack 3 questions. What is the season of lights? How do we celebrate the season of lights? And how can I be the light in a world that feels so dark? So let's talk about the season of light. Across the world, culturally, there are four major celebrations of the light during this time. Number one is Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the remembering of the oil that sustained, that was only supposed to last for one day. It sustained for 8 days. So we celebrate Hanukkah. We're dropping into Hanukkah, like I said, on Sunday. Then we move into the winter solstice, and what that is all about is the return of the light. There's something that we experience called the equinox, where day and night is equal. And once we pass the equinox, we begin to regain a longer time, more light. I don't know about you, but I don't really dig having this darkness. And I go to work in the darkness, I come back in the darkness. So I'm waiting for the light to come back in and more light. And I wish we would just stop doing daylight savings time. I'm going to put it out there. I'll put it out there. We also celebrate, after that, is the Christmas. And I want you to look at Christmas as this word as Christ's Mass. So it's the mass awakening of the Christ consciousness. And then right after that, we go into a place called Kwanzaa, a time that we get to come together of the people and rise up in the triumph of the light within all of us, because we have the Kinar here, we have the menorah there. We're going to be lighting candles. So it's all about the light. I want us to break down Hanukkah. And as you heard in the video, Hanukkah was a celebration of the sustainability of the oil. Something that was supposed to last one day, last 8 days. And there was also a time where the Maccabees renewed the temple, restored the temple back to righteousness, right action. So they stood up for righteousness. So in the Hanukkah celebration, we're metaphysics. We're going to bring in the metaphysical reading of this and understanding what is Hanukkah for us. It means that we get to recognize there's an oil. There's an oil that lives with each and every one of us. It is called the Holy Spirit. And where you thought that the light was going to drop out, there's a spirit in you saying, no, boo-boo, I got you. You're sustained. You're sustained no matter what you're going through in this time of darkness. There is an oil that's going to sustain you, that's going to get you through this time. This is a time that we get to look at in my life, can I renew my inner temple? Where can I take the things that I've been putting into my body temple and restore it back to right health, restore it back to the proper energy? This is a call for us to go within our own personal temple and say yes to a restoration, to restore, to rededicate, to become a sanctuary. Tonight, I want you to just close your eyes. I want you to breathe. At home, you can do this as well. I want you to understand that recognizing this Hanukkah energy that is within you, it's understanding the light. Recognizing this energy, this flame that is in you. And I want you to see the candle or a lantern. I want you to see this flame that's burning. And I want you to notice that this flame is flickering from the wind, from the external energy. I want you to see the flame that shakes a bit because of the challenges. But I want you to notice that this flame cannot be put out. We cannot extinguish this flame. No matter how much the wind is blowing, this fire does not go out. Now I want you to bring this candle, this light, into the middle of your chest. I want you to see this flame that's burning no matter what you're going through. this flame cannot be put out. In fact, this fire is getting brighter. From the heart, I want you to feel the sustainability. Take a breath. Exhale. And even with your own breath, you cannot put this flame out. I want you to see this flame as a time of restoring your inner temple. It's going through a sanctification, a purification. This light clears and cleans everything. Repeat after me. The light within me is endless and supplied by Spirit. The light within me is endless, supplied by Spirit. Feel that. Let's open up our eyes. Feel that energy. Feel God. Feel love. Feel the light. It's in you. And whatever you're going through tonight, you're being sustained and held by the universe. You are not alone. On December 21st, we go through something called the winter solstice, which is probably one of my favorite times to celebrate the light. It is a time where we go through something called the equinox. That is when everything is equal from night and day, dark and light is equal. I have two yin and yang symbols on my arm, one above and one below, which represents within every situation, light is there. Light is in darkness. So part of the darkness I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the darkness that we sometimes call the no thing, because everything comes out of the no thing. In fact, God is creating from the no thing. That's why we clear some things out of us to create space. I'm talking about the darkness that we experience, the darkness of the lower vibrational energy of hate, doubt, fear, worry, disappointment. The light is always in the midst of these trials, these challenges. I want you to understand that we are in the middle of a winter solstice. What I love about this is that when it meets, the night and the day meets, the longest night is going to end and the sun is returning. In metaphysics, we teach that the winter solstice is a representation of the light is returning in the midst of your dark night of the soul. Your dark energy that you're experiencing, the light is returning. In fact, the light is already there. Light is always rising higher. No matter what you're seeing right now on TV, y'all, and the news, and I invite you not to look at the news anymore, especially around this light season. Just turn the news off, y'all. It will be there in 2026. But what I want you to understand that there is something rising up. There's a higher vibration. There's a light that's seeking to merge through this time. Y'all, let me tell you this. This is happening exactly how it needs to happen. All this that we're going through right now, the shift is hitting the fan. The rocky road is happening because it's like giving birth. I've never given birth, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I imagine it's like giving birth, and y'all who have given birth, I'm sure it's not maybe it was ease and grace. But a lot of women go through the birth pains. We're going through our own spiritual birth pain right now. But the light is always returning from the darkness. You have to have faith with that. We have to have faith. So in this time that we get to tap into the rebirthing of light, How about the rebirthing of infinite possibilities? Some of us are so stuck into our challenges and we're so stuck into the fear, doubt, and worry that we've forgotten that we live in a friendly universe with infinite possibilities. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a breath. And I want you to focus in on maybe a challenge. If you have no challenges, I want to see you after this service, because you're doing something right. But I want you to really focus in on a challenge, something that has really struck you this year. I want you to bring that challenge into your heart. I want you to bring that challenge right into the center where that candle still is. The Hanukkah candle. The candle of sustainability. And I want you to imagine this candle in a winter's night. And everything around this candle is dark. The wind is still blowing, but the candle's not going out. I want you to see this candle surrounded by this darkness, this dark energy. And I want you to imagine this candle, this light, this fire is beginning to glow. It's beginning to glow brighter and brighter. And I want you to see this luminous light from this candle that's beginning to spread through your body temple. Into your shoulders, your heart, into your torso. See this light, it's moving into the arms, to your thighs, your legs, your feet. And now I want you to see yourself as only the flame. You are the flame itself. Take a breath. Exhale. Now begin to see this light beginning to radiate from you, from this flame. I want you to see this light that is now beginning to overtake the darkness. It's beginning to illuminate. And now you're beginning to see infinite possibilities for this challenge that you've been experiencing. It's becoming clear. The day is returning. This light is glowing. Take a breath. Exhale. Repeat after me. Even in the darkness, the light always returns. Even in the darkness, the light always returns. Take a breath. Exhale. Let's open up our eyes. So January 25th, we know what that is. That is Christmas. We celebrate the Christ Mass, the mass awakening of the consciousness on this planet. I love Christmas. Christmas is beautiful, and y'all set your calendars. I want y'all here Christmas Eve as a family. We have a wonderful, wonderful service that we're planning with Brother Jamie Lula and Reverend Dr. Sidney, and we've been getting together, and Andy Tinker will be here. We have a lot of beautiful things that are going on Christmas Eve, so don't be alone. Be here with your family. But the 25th represents the awakening, the Christ consciousness. Let's talk about Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is a awareness that God, Christ, love is everywhere present. It is present within you, within me, the chair you're sitting on, the trees, the dogs. The Christ consciousness is limitless. So it's the awakening that you understand that you're connected to oneness through love with every single thing. You see, before Yeshua ben Joseph, son of Joseph, showed up on this side of the living, on this side, we were under something called the law, Leviticus. And no one could keep the law. People were dying by the law. In fact, Yeshua said, y'all have been dying by the law. I'm here to fulfill it. So now with Jesus, or Yeshua, under grace, everything is the Christ consciousness. All are made whole. All are made wonderful. All are made in the image of God. That's what he brought here. Yeshua was born in the manger, which represents in the metaphysical teaching, the manger is humanity. Christ consciousness is born in humanity. So we're here with the opportunity to awaken to our connection with spirit. See, we no longer need an adversary. We no longer need an emissary to go to God on behalf of us. We can go straight to God. That was the biggest lesson. I and the Father are one, and so are you. That's what Yeshua was bringing. It reminds us that we are here to have a new birthing of the Christ consciousness every single day. This is what this time is all about. And just let you know, Jesus was not born in winter, y'all. If we look at the path of the Magi and the writings that we have, we really guesstimate that Yeshua was actually born in the summertime. So this light that these Magi followed, these wise men followed, was from the stars. That is the light. In this opportunity, we get to understand that this is who we are. We are the light. It's giving birth to this divine idea. So if we begin with Hanukkah, of a light that's sustainable, that moves into returning back to the light, into a place that we're here to birth the light, how are we birthing this light within us to be the gift? Where in your life are you birthing this Christ consciousness? Let's take a breath. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine the birth consciousness, the birth of the Christ consciousness within you, the light. And in your heart, there is a brilliant star. And you are the Magi following this star within you. This Christ consciousness is divine intuition that's guiding you, that's teaching you, that's leading you. And every breath that we take is a breath that we can birth a new consciousness on this planet. See this star in you. See it burning so beautiful, so bright. And I invite you to contemplate, how can I share this light to the world? Is it our talents? Is it service? Is it how I speak to people, how I treat people? Where can I bring this light to a world that is calling forth a new birth? Take a breath. Feel this vibration. Feel this energy within you. Feel it. Repeat after me. The Christ consciousness is birthed in me today. The Christ consciousness is birthed within me today. The Christ consciousness is birthed within me today. Breathe in. Breathe in. Let's open up our eyes. Every single moment we have, not just during the season of lights, I guarantee you, if you become open and available every single moment, there's a moment for you to shine your light. Especially in the places where you probably think that this light is not going to be seen. Nobody wants to see my lights. Maybe you're in a toxic place, in a workplace, or maybe you are just feeling, yeah, I'm not going to shine here because they don't deserve it. That's where they really need to see it. And we finished the season of lights with Kwanzaa, y'all. I love Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is so overlooked, y'all. And I got to tell you, Kwanzaa ain't just for black people, y'all. I said it. Kwanzaa ain't just for black people. If you really understand what Kwanzaa is a principle of living for the people. And yes, it comes out of the African diaspora. Yes, it comes from the African American people who found a way that we understood something. Because at the time that was rising up in this Kwanzaa energy, this is the time where we recognized that it was the people coming together that was going to save the people. It's not going to be the government, y'all. I hope y'all are not looking for the government to save y'all. If you are, you're going to be waiting a long time. It's not even going to be organized religion the way we see it. I do believe that our saving grace is going to be us. It's how we show up for each other, like we do in this community, how we show up. Let me tell you, first thing we heard when they came down with the SNAP thing, that we were going to take away SNAP, Dr. Sidney and I were in the office going, this is how we do this. How are we going to get food to the people who need to get it? How are we going to get some money to the people who need to get it? We made sure that you were not going to go without food. One of my friends, the Reverend Dr. Tanya, she's up in Sacramento. She's Tanya Beverly. Look her up. She's phenomenal. And sometimes she joins us online. She has this farmer's market for the people. She does this every single week. She's been doing it for years, feeding the people. See, it's going to be us to feed the people. It's going to be us to bring our creative forces to bring us all together. And it's the people that's going to save us. So we look at the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa begins on December 26th. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because I'm going to be talking about this on December 28th. We're going to go deep into visioning with the Kwanzaa principles. First principle is unity. Can you imagine this world we all come together in unity? And unity does not mean uniformity. It means coming together, and you bring the way you bring the light. I bring the way I bring the light. And then, Susan's my Jewish sister, so she's going to bring it such a way. I'm going to bring my traditions, and we're going to create something new. That's what unity means. We're all stepping into a space where we're going to create something new. That's what we're doing here at North Hollywood Church of Religious Science. a oneness center for spiritual living, y'all. A oneness center for spiritual living. Let me tell you something. Unity is one of our principles in New Thought. So when we step into this idea of Kwanzaa as unity, that's New Thought, people. Number 2 is self-determination. We have to be self-determined not to let what's happening out there stop us from doing what we need to do in here. See, there's a lot of people that are going to tell you that they're too big to fail, or they're going to step in the way and they're not going to allow us to make the move that we need to. And that's a misconception. Because I truly, truly believe with self-determination, and determination is a stick-with-it attitude that we don't quit until we see it done. It's almost a Kuan Yin principle. Kuan Yin came to this earth to make sure everyone was going to be saved, and Kuan Yin decided that she would not leave until everyone's saved. So the Kuan Yin spirit is still here. That's spiritual determination, self-determination. Number 3 is collective works and responsibility. Here's why this is so important, because it's not just one person at the very top doing all the decisions. It's not all just one person. It is all of us doing collective works together. The patriarchal way, I've talked about this before, the patriarchal way of leadership is the triangle. You have one person on top, and you have all these people working below, and you're working for the one person at the very top. Let me tell you what's breaking through. It's the matriarchal. See, it's the mothers. It's the divine feminine that's going to heal this planet, y'all. You know that, right? It's the women that brings the divine feminine that's going to heal this planet. The matriarchal cooperative works means this. You're a circle. I'm a circle. Nikki's a circle, James is a circle, and all these circles come around and they get to meet each other, creating this mass circle of God. See, we're all responsible for being leaders in the community that we are and in the communities that we want to be in. We are called here to have a cooperative work. It's everybody's responsibility to rise up. Cooperative economics. This is the big one. And you know, at this time in November, coming in this time, we're always talking about money. Sorry, not sorry. Here's the truth is cooperative economics, meaning that if you believe that this community is supporting you, this is Kwanzaa, y'all. If you believe this community is supporting you, you support this community. I'm going to tell you a deeper way of doing this. If I know that, say, my sister Tangerine has a movie out, I'm going to support her movie on social media. If she knows I'm doing a yoga meditation, she's going to tell people about my yoga meditation. If Susan gets an album out, I'm going to tell people about getting her album. That's what cooperative economics mean. We support everyone's movement. Because guess what? If I win, we all win. Yes? That's what this means. And then we take the responsibility of making sure that these doors will be open for generations and generations and generations down the road. And then we move into purpose. What is our purpose? I want you to contemplate, what is the purpose for our community? Why do you think we're here? I know what our purpose is, but why do you think that we are here? What is our purpose? And you get to create your purpose statement of why you are here on this planet. What is our purpose? Creativity is so key. Thank God for my brother Jamie and Susan and Jason and all your creative forces that are out there. I love it because it's creativity that heals. So that's a big property is kuumba, creativity. And then the last one is faith. Imani means faith. We have to have the faith so that we continue to move forward. We're going to talk about this on the 28th, so I'm not going to spend so much, but that is a part of the season of lights that we're in. So I'm going to just give you 5 things that you want to think about. Number 1, these lights, they honor the victory of light over darkness. If you really go deeper into the experience of this light, it's about light overcoming the darkness, which means there is always a higher vibration that's seeking to emerge out of the lower vibrational energy. Number 2, all points is the inner awakening, every point. Hanukkah, winter solstice, Christmas, Kwanzaa, it's an inner awakening of the light within us that we can change our life and we can help others. Number 3, all celebrate unity and people coming together. We're here to come together. Number 4, it's about renewed hope. Have you noticed how people are more friendly around this time of season? There's a renewed sense of hope. There's a renewed sense of love, a renewed sense of, yeah, we're connected. And number 5, each reminds us of the light that's within us. I want to leave you with this acronym. You know you couldn't get out here without an acronym for tonight. The acronym is LIGHT. This holiday season, I want you to remember, number 1, love, love, love. Love is love, period. If we can remember that love is the source of the light, and we're here to shine bright, and what are we shining? Love. Intention. This winter, this time that we're going through, this season of light, set your intention about going into meditation and how can you be the light of love on this planet. Set an intention for this time. If you're going through a very challenging time, I want you to know we got you. But how can we shift? With the G is gratitude. Be in gratitude, even for the little things. Be in the gratitude. Everyone take a breath. Exhale. Be grateful for the breath. Be grateful for these lights. Be grateful for the music. Be grateful. H is healing. This is a time where we can heal this planet through the light. It is not going to be business as usual, y'all. The only way we're going to truly heal this planet is the light. T is truth. And the truth is that there is no separation. No matter how you celebrate, it's all from the light. Here's the great thing I love about how we uniquely show up. We're unique emanations of the light. That's what we are. Could you imagine if we all did church the same way? Can you imagine if we all celebrated Christmas the same way or Hanukkah the same way? That would be boring. That would be so bored. You'd be like, oh my God, here we go again. Here I am again. Here I am again. Here I am again. The truth is that the way you celebrate is so beautiful. I want to know more about how you celebrate. I love that thing that we get to kind of talk about our traditions, and we begin to realize, I do that too, but we just call it this. That's the truth. And that's just for service, y'all. This is the time that we are here to be of service. See, when you bring in the love and you set an intention, you're in gratitude, and you know this is all about healing, and the truth is we're here to celebrate and service, then we don't have time to worry about the right gifts. I know I don't. I know that I am here to be the gift, and so are you. You are here to shine this light, folks. This is why we come here every single Sunday and Wednesday to wake up. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. My dear friends, you are the light. Let's pray. So how grateful I am for this moment just to stop, to be still, and to pray. How grateful I am to know that there's only one light, and it uniquely shows up in so many different ways, and it's so beautiful to celebrate. How grateful I am to come forth in this moment and knowing that this is a time of celebration, a time of love, a time of gratitude, a time of service. It's a time that we heal this planet. So we celebrate any way that we come to celebrate the light. Maybe a synagogue, maybe an ashram, maybe a church, maybe out in nature. However it happens, we say yes. And for this, I am so grateful, blessing this community as we make a way in the space that feels so dark. I am grateful. So I simply allow this to be. And so it is. Amen. Amen.